Hi everyone, it's Jenny here. Welcome to week 2, welcome to module 2, practical tips for effective learning, and well done on getting through module 1. Hopefully you're already feeling a lot more confident in the university environment. So this week we take a look at your organisation, your time management, your goal setting. We try to set up some really proactive strategies and very positive routines that are going to set you up for success in the term ahead. Pardon me. So the CREAM strategy is something that comes from the Cottrell textbook, and it's a bit of an unusual acronym. It's actually got nothing to do with dairy products, but it has got to do with being creative, reflective, effective, active and motivated. So there's 5 key concepts there, and they all kind of cross over and interrelate, as you'll realise as well. So the creative part is not about being artistic, it's about creative in the sense of being a problem solver, being someone who can think laterally, think outside the square, show initiative. And so for me it ties in really well with being an active learner, and you will hear us talk about being an active learner a lot in this course. So active, not in the sense of being energetic and physical, but active in the sense of really taking ownership of your learning and putting some proactive strategies in place. We will introduce you to lots of different strategies and approaches. We know that you won't like all of them, but what we ask you to do is to really think about what will work for you. So I guess that leads in nicely to the reflective part. It is important that you build self-awareness, and we do urge you to look at your strengths and your weaknesses and just your general learning preferences. So experience tells us, and the research will back us up, that self-aware students do make better students. So it is important that we take the time to engage in this reflection, and it is one of the key parts of this course as well, as you'll realise. But you will also need to hone your reflective writing skills for undergraduate studies, where you could well be asked to write in a reflective manner. So we give you some very explicit guidance on how you can do that. Now the effective part refers to being organised, making sure that you have a study area that's set up, making sure that you have time allocated in your week that's precious, that's allocated to your studies, getting your priorities right, and also getting some really positive time management strategies in place as well. Now that leaves us with M for motivated, and motivation can be a tricky thing, and it can be something that waxes and wanes. But one thing that you can do to help yourself is to make sure that you have really thought about what your goals are, because if you understand why you're here and what your goals are, then you do have a better chance of sticking with something. So we do give some advice on how to go about setting out your goals in an achievable way. Right, so that's the CREAM strategy in a nutshell. Let's just take a quick look on the Moodle site to see some of the resources that are going to help you with your studies, and I'll also give you a couple of reminders about assessment as well. So there's the study guide module, and also some pages from Cottrell, just in case you don't have your textbook yet. The videos are there, the lecture recording will be there sometime during week 2, sometime after the Tuesday morning, because that's when the lectures take place. Now these other resources are here to help you with the study guide activities. You'll notice the time circles handout to help you with that activity. If you don't want to write in your book, it's a really worthwhile exercise to complete that time circles activity. And also just to point out the Hero's Journey presentation here, which has been put together by Trixie James, who's a lecturer on the Bundy campus, and she tells her story in terms of being a student and her dreams, her career aspirations, and perhaps there's something in that you can relate to as well. Now there are other resources here to help you with your planning. Please take the time to do that planning and make sure that you have done everything you can to give you the best start in this course and in the whole of STEPS as well. There are discussion forums there, 2 this week. One is about goal setting strategies and time management tips, so please jump on board and tell us your thoughts about what works for you. And you might like to also discuss the Hero's Journey presentation, so there's a separate forum there for those who would like to share their thoughts on that, the Hero's Journey. Now, last but not least, there's the task sheet. If you download those each week and tick off the tasks as you do them, then it just is a really nice, affirming activity. You know that you're on the right track. Look, that's probably enough about Module 2, but just before I leave you, a couple of reminders about your assessment. So Quiz 1 is due at the end of this week, and also don't forget, if you haven't done it already, you need to download a template for Learning Portfolio A so that you can be recording your responses for each of the modules there. And if you do this week by week, then it just writes itself and you don't have a big job to do when it's due. I think that's probably enough from me. I hope you have found that advice helpful, and I really hope that you do develop some good ideas, some practical tips, so that you can get yourself off to a really good start for the term. So best of luck with Module 2.